when I was younger, I always partied with the older kids, as most of us do, and I started drinking and smoking marijuana. I'm pretty sure everybody has similar stories, as that's where it leads to. As I say, it's the gateway drug. But anyways, about a couple years of doing that. When I was younger, I used to work at a car wash, and I would go get me some marijuana after I got off work, and then I started smoking cigarettes. And then when I moved to Cleveland, Ohio, I started to roof. I was roofing. I dropped out of school at 11th grade. So I wish I would have finished. If I could have went back, I would have finished and graduated. Like I said, I ain't got my GED or nothing. I still have to work on that. But anyways, yeah, I started roofing, and all the roofers, they seemed like they was buzzed on something. I thought it was like marijuana or something like that. But uh, within like a week, I figured out what they was doing. The word spread. They're doing opiates and heroin. They was shooting heroin. So I really didn't be too triggered about it or anything. I was like, well, I would never do that. I hate needles. I hate them. Like, I literally do. I hate them. I will never mess with that stuff. Ugh. Like I said. But fast forward a couple months later, and it's I seen a friend doing it. He was sniffing it, and it seemed like it made him feel good. And I tried it once, and after that, I was hooked. One time, I was hooked, like that. It took one time. My addictive personality is just crazy. That's all it takes for me. But anyways, I did that, and every day before we went to work, we would always grab some and we would split it. Yep, that's where it all begins. Well, about a week or two went by doing that every single day, and I tried to not do it a day, and I was very, very ill. I couldn't even get out of bed, couldn't move, couldn't do nothing. I was like, wow, this is horrible. I feel like I am dying. My bones and everything were hurting. My back was hurting, and I was sweating. I had the chills. It's just the most terrifying feeling ever. And the only thing that can help you is if you get some more. That's what I did, and I kept doing it over and over. And the only thing that stopped me from quitting was that illness, that sickness. And I guarantee everybody else's story is similar. That's what stops you from quitting. You get so sick, and when you're not sick, you're like, I'm gonna quit. I'm ready to quit. And then one day later, it's like 12, 14 hours later, you're like, oh my God, man, I'm so sick. I gotta do something. Oh my God, I can't take this no more. And that's what addiction is. It brings you back in. It sucks you in. It is the devil at its finest. Well, a couple years of doing that, and I ended up switching over to the thing that I hate the most. I despise, and I hate it. Oh my God. Nobody likes needles. And guess what? I did my first shot. And they say that it takes less to do it in banging it. It takes less. Well, it does take less, but you build a tolerance, and you get way sicker. It's a whole new ball game. Like, after I started doing that, it's a whole new ball game. Like, it ravished my life, like my family and everything. I got distant with everyone, and like, I'm just now able to communicate and get back with my family. I'm so happy to be able to, like, I was distant. I was what do you call it? I'm disappointed in myself. I didn't want anybody to see me like that. Nobody does. That's why people go run off and they're homeless and stuff, and it's just horrible. I feel so sorry for people. But I went on for about 3-4 years. Well, maybe 6 years, and we had got evicted from my house, and we moved into a partially abandoned house that I was working on, and we had went through a lot of trouble there, and I ended up quitting the shooting up, banging it, as you say. I started sniffing it, and about a month later, we had a house fire. Thank God I made it out. See, what happened was, I woke up to the firefighters smacking the ladder against the front, the gutter, the porch, and the whole room was full of smoke. Like, I was laying down, it's like over top of my head like this. I woke up, I started feeling for my mom. My mom she was in the same room. We were staying in the same room with like 7 cats. I was feeling for her, scared to death. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't feel her. The other room next to us was all already full of fire. I felt the doorknob and it was all hot. I ran out, jumped out, and I went down the ladder, and I was like, where's my mom at? Where's my mom, man? I need my mom. What the, is she up there? Oh my God, man, this is like so terrible. Then thank God I seen her running down the street, coming towards us, and she was screaming, what's going on? My son's in there. And then I said, Mom, I'm right here. And I gave her a big hug, and man, it was such a relief. But the only thing is, they started carrying our cats out, our beloved cats. I got that out of the way, that Mom was safe. Now it's the cats. The ambulance, the firefighters were bringing the cats out, and we had a bunch of kittens. Like I said, we save cats, and we get them homes. And anyways, later on after the day, the house was pretty much condemned all the way. The whole roof was on fire. We couldn't save nothing. We lost everything. Luckily, there was a 2-car garage in the back that I had started building, but there was no installation or nothing. So what I did was I fixed up some beds and stuff, and it was on the brink of winter. I fixed that up, and we stayed there for a whole year and a half. But before that year and a half ended, stuff started going crazy with the heroin. They started putting trank and stuff like that in it, and me and my mother, we got really, really ill, like very ill, like couldn't hold nothing down, no fluids, always vomiting and all ends. And like, it took us 2 times. Like, we went to a friend's house and stayed, and then we went back to the garage, and we got even worse on it. And then we ended up getting so sick that we had to go to the hospital. We stayed inside the hospital for about a day, and they gave us fluids and everything. They said we had high red blood count, which I don't know what that means, and we was dehydrated. Well, after we got out of there, we stayed inside of the hotel for about 5 days, and we stopped using. And I prayed to God. I was like, God, please, I am so done. This is it. This is over. I am not going to go back. I promise. I swear. I promise. I promise. And he answered my prayer. He sure did. We never messed with the opiate after that. See, I was always scared of Suboxone. And after we got out of the hotel, about 5 days later, after vomiting and coming out of all ends, thinking I was about to die, which me and my mother, we was almost on our deathbeds. And we got out of there, and I had parked my car at a friend's house, which is where I'm at now, the building I'm in. And I told him that I'll help you fix the place up. Give us a place to stay. I will help you do whatever. So he agreed. I cleaned some office space out and everything, and he knew we was sober. we are sober now. He knew we was sober, and we was doing better. I said we was able to eat and everything. After all that, after a whole week of not eating or drinking, we was finally able to eat and drink again. But I took my first Suboxone at about August the 14th. About that. And it helped me extremely. Like, I couldn't believe it. I took a half of a Suboxone 8 milligram pill, and I was able to actually function and move, and I was able to clean us a little spot out here in this building. And move on. We are now 212 days sober, my friends. And I am making this video because I hope whatever you are going through, whatever struggle you're going through, addiction, you can overcome it. It's all mind over matter. It's all in your mind. It's physical too, but you can get through it. I promise. If me and my mom can do it after 10 years of using heroin, if we can do it, you can do it. Heart to heart. Let me know in the comments, you guys, what you're going through or anything. If you need to talk about anything, just let me know. Subscribe, like, and share. I'm going to make more videos like this. Like I said, this is just a quick one. I can go more into detail and stuff like that, but I just want to make a quick video. Like I said, we're already 11 minutes in, so I hope you guys have a blessed day, and thanks for watching Austin's Little Homestead. Thanks, homesteaders. See you guys later. Peace and love.